this is Dean Phoenix, just continuing my Final Fantasy X Overpowered playthrough, and we are finally ready to start the stat maxing process. Yay! But first things first, we have to sort a couple of things out. We don't have enough chocobo wings for auto-haste on the armors that we want, so we need to do that. I also now do have enough healing springs to put auto-regen on Wakka's armor that he's using, because this will be his Earth Eater armor, so this needs to be deathproof, auto shell, auto regen and auto haste. Put auto haste on it soon enough. I've spent some time off stream just learning the Comrade overdrive mode. Check out my YouTube video if you want to see the easiest way of doing that. And now I just need to find a magic pot. So all we're going to do here is just going to cast haste on Wakka. And then get rid of everybody else if we can. So what we need to do is learn the Loner Overdrive mode, because that is how we're going to be getting beating Earth Eater. So what you'd normally do, people normally do, is they just defend like this like a million times. But what's actually much quicker to do is to get regen armor if you have any. And then just put yourself to sleep, because he'll take all of the turns instantly. And they all count towards Loner. So you can see every time that regen flashes up, that's Wakka taking a turn. So you get a ton of turns for each dream powder, which I've been stealing throughout the game. And you whiz through all those turns, and each one counts for Loner, so that's really, really good. So the method that we use to beat Earth Eater is the fastest method possible, and that is using Wakka, Loner, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's like, basically, you open with an attack, then you get rid of the other two characters by either knocking them out yourself or them escaping or something like that. And then you just use attack reels twice using the Loner Overdrive mode, which with the triple overdrive from World Champion only takes you 2 turns to get back. So one defend and then another defend, and then you get the overdrive back. So you only end up taking 2 flares, and then Earth Eater will stand back up, or you just kill it with a last attack. Because 2 hits of 99k and 2 full attack reels with max strength are enough to kill it. And that is by far the quickest way of getting Fortune Spheres, because it's 2 Fortune Spheres for overkill. Whereas if you try and Zanmato it or anything like that, not even taking into account the times that Zanmato will fail, because Earth Eater has level 5 for its Zanmato level, you'd only get 1 Fortune Sphere each time you're able to successfully Zanmato it anyway. So, yeah. So that's why we have this armor. Well worth getting. It just means you have to make auto haste on another armor. That's about it, because as long as you don't waste your far plane wins that you get from capturing on a Death Strike capture weapon, you have enough of those to make a deathproof armor for Wakka, and none of the other final game armors want auto regen or auto shell in a normal HP playthrough anyway. So we've just conveniently managed to get Loner. What I might as well do is just switch to no encounters before I forget. Okay, so that's the Loner Overdrive mode learned as well. It's time for us to start stat maxing. Sweet! So, we're at 47 hours, just over 47.5 hours, so that was all capturing and getting, all Blitzball, catch a Chocobo, and the Bikanel Cactuar game, and Remiem Temple. So everything done at all of those places in order to get the weapons powered up for Auron, Yuna, Tidus, Riku and Wakka, to get all their Celestials. All good. And now, like I say, we are ready to actually start stat maxing proper. So we're going to start with the creation One Eye, who is a bit of a pain in the neck unless you're extremely powerful. But guess what? We're extremely powerful in this playthrough. We also do have to use up a bunch of sphere levels before we start defeating One Eye. So I'm just going to... I'll be able to take it out with just Riku and Tidus, to be perfectly honest. So... we'll just leave Waka with Catcher. We're going to get a start on Tidus's... Going to get a start on Tidus's super armor as well. Would actually be advantageous for me to have an armor with Riku with the Pendulum's Master Thief on. But I don't need to do that just yet. So, I mean, you can steal Blessed Gems from One Eye, but then you only need like 6 of them in total, so I can steal them easy enough. Right. I'll just steal those at a later date. So first things first, I probably want to be using all these S levels, which is going to take a little while. Don't want to do that because I'm debating. I could either do that or I could just wait until I've got the actual spheres to fill them in. But no, I'll just do that. I'll just use them now. I can always go back over these periods of the grid anyway. It's going to be very easy with the Don Tombury trick. Right, let's do this. In fact, I'm just going to do Tidus and Waka's, Tidus and Riku's first, so that they'll be quicker. I'll see how much AP I'm getting from One Eye, because whilst it does get you decent AP, it's probably not too much. I don't know. I need to manipulate the speed stats so that yeah, I need to manipulate the speed stats so that Tidus is quicker than Waka, because we're about now the Waka's quicker. So right, let's do this. So we want to use up some sphere levels with Tidus, make sure that he is quicker than Waka, and the reason that we're doing that is I want his and Riku's turn to go first, so that Waka can just have his initiative weapon and be third, so that I'm not wasting time having a strike with Waka when he hasn't got break damage limit on his weapon, because then I can just leave him with this capture weapon for fighting One Eye, because I just want everything to be repeatable and as efficient as possible. That's what we're all about. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to skip through sections of the grid with Tidus, and then we'll use a few S levels with Riku as well. Although she'll get double AP each time, so she'll probably very quickly overtake where we're at as well. Could use Orin actually, just to get Orin some S levels. Might do that. Because if I lower his health, then he'll easily be hitting hard enough with Masamune to get that. Ah no, because his accuracy won't be good enough. Got to consider these things, because One Eye doesn't have very high luck or very high evasion, but it has like a little bit. So you just have to be wary of that. So we're just going to go through some of Riku's grid here with Tidus. And he's already got a big chunk of agility, so he should be faster than Waka now. Now these little concentrated nodes here for Riku's grid are okay, but then these are the early parts of her grid, so they're not big bonuses. So I might come back to these later. Although he does have accuracy and agility there. Another bit of strength and agility. So I can either go that way, or I can come down Yuna's grid here, where I know that there are big chunks of agility plus 4s and things. So I'll do that first. I know there's another plus 4 on a part of Yuna's grid as well. So I'll just do these first. Now, it doesn't matter about Waka's S levels and things like that, because we'll very, very, very soon be able to max all the other stats. Because we are so strong that One Eye is going to be an absolute pushover. In fact, I probably could have beaten him before I even went to the Omega Runes, but I was easily strong enough to destroy the fiends in there if you were watching what we'd done for parts of that anyway. Where's that +4 then? Oh, he's got it already. Oh, okay. That's still pretty good. Alright. So we can either come back this way. A little bit more agility and stuff like that. Or we can make our way up here for Lulu's grid, or we can come back and use and do those bits of Riku's grid anyway, which is I think what we're going to do. Turn spheres are extremely useful, and because you're stronger now, they're also extremely easy to get because you can just overkill Chimera Geist in 2 hits. So that's always worth doing. A couple other things that we need to do. We need to collect the arena rewards. What was that I missed? Oh, Pill for Gil, that's terrible anyway. Okay. Don't think I've ever used that skill. Alright, well this will do for Tidus anyway. And we'll use some S levels with our girl Riku, because she's going to be gaining a lot of S levels as well, and she's very, very nearly full. So let's go this way. Let's get these with her. Yeah, so when we get these, we want to get the Master Armors, and we need auto-haste for those, so I'll need Chocobo Wings. You know, you need 80 Chocobo Wings to get the auto-haste ability, which is probably the best auto ability in the game. Along with Ribbon. Actually, probably just Ribbon and auto-haste are the best. Although there are a bunch of other good ones, obviously. Auto Phoenix is pretty OD as well. So yeah, this is the plan. Let's have a look. Do you have a plan? I don't even have a plan. So just gonna use some of these S levels. Not sure how many we'll get from defeating One Eye with Riku. Probably quite a lot, because she has double AP. So yeah. And then we'll check the strength and things like that. Let's have a look at the stats before we actually start the stat maxing process, because that's always fun. So the order that you want to do things for stat maxing depends on if you're using Tidus or Waka to raise your luck. Because if you're using Tidus and the Loner method, which takes about 1.5 minutes just over for each fight, then you can go with strength and agility and then right into luck, because if you do it properly, Tidus will never take a hit as long as he has 170 agility. 170 agility and 255 strength. He should never take a hit. So that's pretty good. Let's have a look. Let me see what we got. Oh right, so there is no gap there. I see. So we get some evasion. But if you're using Waka, then Waka's method is quicker, but it involves taking hits from Earth Eater, even though it is a quicker method. So you need 255 strength, 255 magic defense for that. So you just have to sort of bear that in mind. How many level 4 key spheres do I have? Easily enough now. So even though these aren't great stat boosts, you might as well get Holy. I will be ignoring some abilities on the grid, like Pill for Gil and all that, like I just did with Tidus, because they're terrible. I never use them. But any that are vaguely useful, I will pick up. Right, okay, so almost done with Riku, using most of her levels there. No need to save them now, because I can do the Don Tombury trick as soon as I've done the One Eye fights to get triple AP weapons. And you're going to see just how quickly we can get these triple AP weapons, and then from there we can go right to maxing strength. Absolutely no messing. And once you've got max strength, everything else falls into place. Now, this being the expert sphere grid, we will actually have to get a bit of agility as well. So I will alternate Juggernaut and Fenrir and kill Fenrir with Tidus and Wakka's overdrives once their strength is high enough. So I'll have to doing that as well. I'll have to be on form with attack reels, see how that goes. But it should be alright. In fact, I don't even need to alternate them because I'll have Blitzball and I'll have attack reels. So I can just alternate the overdrives with victim overdrive mode anyway. So I may just do that. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We're not quite there yet. We've just got to get the triple AP weapons first and customize the auto haste. Right, so that'll be enough. That'll be enough levels with Riku. Come back that way later with a return sphere. You can just do these bit of the grids. See, these are just really bad bonuses. You get like tiny bonuses for each S level because it's making its way to Ultima, but we're not even that bothered about Ultima, so I'm just going to go this way first. Don't need Ultima yet. We'll come back there later. Alrighty. Don't even know why I'm bothering getting death. It's more for the one agility while we're there. Anywho, right, so now we want to get these rewards, then we want to fight Machia and bribe it for auto haste. So you can see that we've got an absolute ton of auto haste there. So don't really want to be fighting any of these. We're okay. You could steal some rare items for these, but we're not too fussed at the minute. So I'm just going to get all of these rewards first and have a look. Like I say, you do get to fight these for free, so you could take them if you wanted. And this is the reason that I want to do all of the capturing. I'll just show you how easily we can defeat One Eye. So Wakka should be going third, which he is, and Riku doing 99k. Tidus also doing 99k. Easily take it down. So yeah, good stuff. And we got 2 Dark Matters. Are you serious? We did get triple score though, so that's cool. Now we also want to get rid of a bunch of this stuff that we don't need. I'll do that in a minute. So you get triple AP weapons from One Eye, and if you get one with 2 free slots, you just want to get rid of that. But otherwise, you can get some very useful ones. So, ooh, we've got some. I'll get rid of this stuff in a minute. Reorganize our inventory, but that's One Eye, and you can see how easily that went down. So not a problem at all. Alright. Luna curtains, but we've already made an auto shell with all the ones that we'd stolen over the course of the game. So if we ever wanted another auto shell armor, we could make them with that. Gold hourglasses, we never use those. Winning formula. So this makes a Nislug. That is for getting one of every creature in the game, and those are extremely important because 30 of those gives you triple overdrive, which is amazing. 99 Dark Matters. Now that is why we've done all the capturing. 5 of every creature, which is brilliant. And now we can buy clear spheres if we want those as well. So we've captured every single fiend. I think we should have 10 of each as well. So we've got 10 from every single area, and that means that as soon as we can beat all of the original creations in the arena, the monsters that the guy has created, we'll unlock Nemesis as well. So that's interesting. But before we do all that, we want to do stat maxing. So first things first, want auto haste with all of our characters. Now currently I have 20 chocobo wings. So this is what we actually want to do. We just want to bribe this dude. Now he bribes for about 450k each, but there are different ways that you can bribe. So you can bribe for 25 times his maximum HP, which is 450,000, and that is supposed to get you about 60 chocobo wings. Now, if you want to get a little more than that, you can overpay, and yeah, because you don't always get that higher amount of items. So because I already had 20 there, I wanted to get guarantee that I got 60 or get a better chance of getting 60, which is what I had done there. So this is going to be Tidus's armor, stone proof, because ribbon takes so long to get, so I might not get a second ribbon armor. So that being the case, I just want to put auto haste on there. And eventually it will have auto reflect on and auto phoenix, but I'm not gonna put on the auto reflect just yet. You do want auto phoenix on though. So Wakka doesn't have his like ultimate armor in inverted commas yet, but he can just use his death armor one for now. So I'll make that, and I just need to get some more of these chocobo wings. So I've only got 2 of those now. What I'll do is I just want to bribe Makia again. And this time I'm going to bribe it for a lower amount. The minimum that you can bribe them for is 10 times their maximum HP, which is in this case about 180k. And then you just keep bribing at 1 per time until it fails. So I'll do 1 bribe at a higher amount and 1 bribe at a lower amount, because like I say, you're supposed to get 60 chocobo wings from this thing. But depending on how many you get for the lower bribe, you might as well do that first. And get rid of it. Now the problem is going to be is if this thing tries and attacks me, it's going to miss if it attacks Tidus, and he's going to counter it, so I just need to change my weapon there as well. Go away, you silly thing. Yeah, I don't want it counter-attacking. You watch, it'll go away now for the one gil bribe. Takes a lot longer to bribe them at lower amounts. Yeah. Nobody has a counter weapon here, so that's fine. And just keep bribing it until it goes away. Debatable if it's even necessary for me to save this money, to be honest, but if I save a ton of money, then I can bribe for winning formulas for when I come to do Yuna and Oren's weapons. Let's just move it along a little bit. Okay, so that should get us anywhere from about 25 to 35 chocobo wings. Right, okay, so we've got 43, so you can see there we were quite lucky, so that's why you want to start with the lower amount, because I paid like under half the gil, and I got not far off the same return, so let's try this. Okay, so it goes first time. Hopefully that gets us about 40 odd again. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, so you can see there bribe's like a bit funky. It's a bit all over the place, but so we've got auto phoenix, auto haste, auto haste. So everybody's got auto haste. As soon as I customize this one for Wakka. Auto haste. Brill. So that's the perfect Earth Eater farming armor. But like I say, Wakka needs max stats to be able to do that comfortably first. But right now, we are just going to destroy Y. So Wakka has got his initiative weapon. And Tidus and Riku are going to have their Celestials. And whoever gets the attack goes first. So I don't know why Wakka got the first turn. Is he still quicker than Riku? He shouldn't be. Let's have a look. It should go off turns from their agility. So we've got Wonder Wing there, which is the triple AP one for Yuna. Let's have a look. So 131. Yeah, she's significantly faster. Has she not got... She has got her auto haste. Okay, so she should have been faster. If she keeps getting turns, then it's not a problem. I'll just take auto haste off Wakka. So you can manipulate the turns most of the time by who has haste and who doesn't and things like that. So just going to get rid of most of these swords because we don't need this stuff. Most of this armor. This is all stuff that we've picked up. So that's the last proper one. Variable steel, that'll be actually useful. So we just want to see if there's anything to actually keep, and if not, just get rid. Okay. Eater armors, they're not bad. Don't need any of those. Actually don't need that red ring, so I should get rid of that as well. That's Riku's little armor for the ruins. I'll keep that because it's kind of cool. I like that. Although now she has ribbon, so yeah, really not with it. Defense, confused, proof, berserk, auto med. Yeah, because ribbon protects against all of that. I still like it though, so I'm just going to keep it because it's cool and it's something different and I want to remember it for next time. But yeah, there's no point in me keeping that. Atlas worth 18 HP, how bizarre. I think they're worth so little so that you don't sell them for no reason, you know what I mean? Ooh, Death Strike, interesting. Just going to sell that because it's worth a bunch and we don't really need that either. Get rid of all these. And that's only a 1-slot triple AP, so don't really need that either. Now we can buy some clear spheres. I'm just going to buy those before I forget, just to clear the lock nodes off the board if there are things that we don't want. We're just going to have a look at those. Now we're just going to sort equipment. Don't really need the taming sword. I'll go through all this in a little more detail later and get rid of them. I'll just make it. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we have those 99 ribbons, so before we do anything else or start any of the Monster Arena proper, any of the Monster Arena creations are actually able to drop dark matters, and you don't want to waste any dark matters, so I've just got 99 of them, which is what you need for ribbon. Now we're going to give that to Riku first of all, and the only thing she needs on that armor now is auto protect, but I'm not going to do that yet because you don't want them having protect when you are doing the greater sphere farming for your luck spheres. So you've got to just bear in mind some of these little things. It makes it easier as you go. So there we've got a preemptive strike. You can see the order that comes up. Right, so that's the order that they should be in every time. With Riku being the quickest, they all have auto haste, and then Tidus being the second quickest, and Waka. So Waka has initiative, and we can just go through and kill this thing a bunch of times. And then once we've got those triple AP weapons, we'll move on to Juggernaut. See, I'm not sure why Waka got the first turn there, but haven't been paying attention to what I get, but I'll just do it a bunch of times and then go through after that. So you also need magic defense spheres from One Eye, but you get them as a byproduct of this. So it's pretty cool. And you see, because I changed Waka's armor so that he no longer has auto haste, he's always getting the third turn now, so I don't have to waste a 9999 hit with him. And eventually you get the triple AP weapons. Now all the other stuff that you get from him, the armor drops, or any of the triple AP weapon drops that only have 1 slot, or indeed any that have triple AP and 2 slots but you get duplicates of them for a character you've already got, you can just sell those. So you make a ton of money this way as well. So even though it costs you for each fight, yeah, you do get a ton of money. So To be honest, I might as well be mugging this guy, because then most of the time I'll get lunar curtains, but on the odd time you'll get the rare steel, which is blessed gems, and I can use those later. So golden arm, that's Riku's, brilliant. So if that's a 3 slot version, then that's Riku's all done. Now if you watch the stat maxing guide that I did for the regular sphere grid, there are some things that are very similar. Most of the things in this stat maxing will be very, very similar. It's just the through the game and where you put the spheres on the grid, it will be slightly different, but those are minor little differences. So this stat maxing process being a 9,999k playthrough, nope, that would be a 999 million. Ha! No, just being a 9999 playthrough, we want to do magic defense first, because we get triple AP weapons. So we get those so that we can use the Don Tonderu trick. And that's what we're doing right now. So then you want to do Juggernaut, who has predictable attack patterns and is susceptible to armor break from Riku's limit. So you want to be doing that next for strength. Then if you need agility, which on the expert sphere grid you will do, you want to do agility next, which is Fenrir, and you can beat him with overdrives because he's very, very difficult to hit if you've not done luck and things like that. And then you can do MP and HP. There'll be enough on the grid to get 999 to get max for both of those. So on a normal playthrough you won't have to fight Vidatu or Ironclad at all. And then you've got Tanket next, who is defense spheres, so you can do Tanket. Just see I've got Dark Matters there, which is great. Yeah, so Tanket after that. So that's strength, agility, magic defense, defense, and then luck and magic you can do last in whichever order you want, and accuracy and evasion you get somewhere in between. So you can do those pretty much whenever, but it's easier after you've done luck. So you can see here, these are just versions that only have one slot. The ones that sell for 22k, not very much, but that is Tidus's proper one, so we'll keep that. That is Riku's proper one, so that's fantastic. That's a 1 slot version, so we don't want that. Those are both 1 slot versions for Kimahri, and none of those is anything particularly impressive, but we've already got Riku's and Tidus's, so that's fantastic. Just going to reorganize these so I don't forget. I'll sort the rest of it out later. So I need to get Orin, Waka and Yuna. So we are looking for Wonder Wing, triple score, and whatever the heck Orin's is. It's got some cool name, but I can't remember what it is. It's like Heartbreaker or something. What is Orin's? Oh, we'll find out when we get it. So there's another Durandal, so even if that is the 2 slot version, that would be a duplicate. We don't need 2 of them. So that would be a clean 67k profit there. Well, not profit, because it costs 8,000 to actually fight. Another Dark Matter, so that's great. And this is why you don't want to do any of this stuff before you've done your capture. You're going to pull my microphone out there. You're going to capture 5 of everything anyway, because we're going to capture 10 of everything because we want to unlock Nemesis and all that stuff. So there was triple score. Let's have a look. Right, so this should be most of them. Let's have a look. If that triple score was a double one, which it was not, that's a shame. So sell those. Let's just see how many we've got for our magic defense spheres as well. Magic Defense Sphere 34. That's exactly how many we actually need to max out the grid. So that's enough of those. We do need to really just keep going until we get that weapon for Riku. And I can customize those all at once. So just depends how lucky you get, but it's very, 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 very easy if you're this strong to be killing one eye anyway. So that's another Durandal. So again, profit, but not the one we want. We stole the Blessed Gem, which is always good. More Dark Matters. Again, always great. As soon as we get the triple score, I can go on to farming Juggernaut, because I'm fairly certain I can beat him already now. But it's easier. It's marginally easier to fight One Eye when you've low defensive stats. When you've got initiative like this, which I wouldn't want to have if I was fighting Juggernaut, because it's better to have all three characters for Juggernaut. So we've got a couple of Comet Cactuars there. Which are the ones for Lou, but we're not using her this playthrough. We could always keep one of them. There you go. Just got a Blessed Gem, so every once in a while you'll get the free steal. You'll get Durandal very slightly more often because it's Tidus who's always doing the last hit. So and we just want to get, like I say, triple score. Just depends how lucky you get. But we've not been doing it very long, to be honest. Normally only takes about 20-30 minutes, depending on the drops. And depending on which characters you want it for and how unlucky you get and all that stuff. There's Wonder Wing, so that would possibly be Yuna's. It was a 3-slot version. So after this we're going to do Juggernaut. Now for Juggernaut you want to use Riku's Limit Break, Overdrive rather, to mix 2 of the regular spheres, so Power Spheres, Mana Spheres, any of that. Any like that. There's another Wonder Wing. And then that does a Limit Break Frag Grenade, which always causes Armor Break unless an enemy is immune to it. Which in... Hey, Blessed Gem. Which in Juggernaut's case it has a 95% resistance, but it's not actually immune to it. So if you use Auron's Banishing Blade or Riku's Frag Grenade, you can guarantee inflict break on it and then take it out like that. And so that is what we're going to be doing on this playthrough. Now Juggernaut is quite easy to beat when you know those correct tactics, especially because its first 2 turns are always predictable. So you can defend against its first 2 turns. Painkiller, that was it. I knew it was something cool like that. Is that what I said? I think I said Painkiller. Something like that anyway. Heartbreaker I said. That's a different one. But yeah, Juggernaut you can beat pretty easily. Even with middling stats. And mine are much higher than middling for, you know, end of the game. And once you have access to those strength spheres you can use those. And strength is so important that the strength just skyrockets. And you can pretty much smash the heck out of everything else after that. So we're getting a few Blessed Gems here as well, and we just want triple score. So what I could do actually is, now that I've got a Durandal for Tidus, I could just, does he have an initiative weapon? He does not. I'll just take Tidus out for now. I'll give Lou initiative weapon, which she already has. And this will just mean that Waka gets the hits instead, and so there's a slightly higher chance of getting triple score for him. Another blessed gem there. So this will give us a very slightly higher chance of getting triple score. Let's just see which ones of these we have. See if we've got Yuna's yet or not. So we've got one for Yuna, one for Kimahri. That's cool. Might as well keep those. Painkiller is sadly not. Duplicate ones, and you see here we've got the duplicate, so we only need one of each of those. So clean 67k for most of those. And got Lulu's. Got another Durandal. Is that Durandal a duplicate? I think it is. Yep, we already had a Durandal. So we can get rid of that as well. So we've just got triple score and painkiller to get. So we'll go back to that. Don't need painkiller right away because we're not going to be using Orin yet. That's not an issue. Carry on stealing blessed gems. Do 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 do. The reason that I'm stealing, like I say, even though I have so many lunar curtains, I already have 99 of those, is because I want to get the blessed gems, which you can use for defense plus 20. Lunar curtains I already have. Do 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 do. Right, there's triple score. Let's just see if that's the correct version of it. Please be... Yep, cool. Right, okay, so that'll be everybody having the version that they need. So that's Golden Arm, triple score, Wonder Wing. I'm still missing painkiller. Get that later. Don't really need that yet, to be honest. I'm not sure if I even need it. I may do for penance, but I may just not bother. Do I need Orin for anything? Don't need him for any of the Dark Aeons. Don't need him for... I don't need him for anything in this playthrough other than being able to counterattack versus penance. So you want either him or Kimahri. But I mean, I could just do Kimahri if it came to that, because he's already got that triple AP weapon. I don't need him at the minute, so I'll just I'm good to go there, just for the sake of moving things along. So what we want to add to these things is triple AP, overdrive to AP, and triple overdrive. Super. Do that for everyone else's, not Yuna's just yet. We'll put the overdrive to AP on it, but nothing else just yet. Triple score. I don't have to get painkiller just yet, because when there's a small chance that you get those weapons from some of the higher original creations when you beat them, and beat those, and I'll need to beat those later anyway, so might as well just leave them for now. So there is Victorix. There we go. So we've got Blowout, Victorix, and Ragnarok, and those are our AP farming weapons. But I don't actually need those in this playthrough just yet, so I've created them, but I don't need them just yet. So let's have a look. get our Celestials back. We're just going to rearrange everything here. Just to make sure we have the highest stuff at the front. Just because that's what I'll be switching to most of the time. Don't actually need that anymore because I've got a better version with that initiative, but yeah, we'll see. God Hand at the top. Alright. So we've got tons of good stuff there. And we're ready to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have the Victor Overdrive mode with everybody. So we're not planning on taking any hits. What we're going to be doing now is Juggernaut and the others. So we're going to put Tidus in. So that was roughly half an hour to get those 6 triple AP weapons and all of the magic spheres that we need. Now next we go on to Juggernaut. Now what we're going to do is we want Riku to be the first character, but she should be anyway because she's the quickest. Let's have a look. So she's 131, so she's the highest agility. Let's just move her along the grid a little bit more. And what you could try and do is, like I say, inflict the damage with Armor Break against Juggernaut, but it's much better to do it with Riku's limit, so that's what we're actually going to be doing. So just get a couple more mana spheres there. Now ideally what we'd do is find a nice bit of the grid that's got a lot of spare nodes in it. It's easier on the standard sphere grid because it has a few bits that are like completely devoid of nodes, or almost completely devoid. But I think we might do it in Tidus' area down there. There are still, in the later parts of the grid, there are a lot of spare nodes, so it's not an issue. So I'll be able to find somewhere and put them there in a bit. Maybe this so I can get extract power and power break and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of key spheres around here as well. It's not a bad idea to do it in this sort of area, so any of these basically. But what I'll be doing is I'll be whacking a load of the strength spheres down. And then what we can do after that is activate all those strength spheres, and there's a good chunk here as well, so I'll go through all these parts of the grid I think. But first we need to actually get some of these strength spheres, so let's have a look. So we're going to sort our inventory. Just move these here. Got the most speed spheres, so we'll use those. And now to fight Juggernaut. So hopefully Riku goes first. If you get ambushed, this is when it can be a slight problem. But only very slight. So mix the speed spheres, that should make a frag grenade. We'll just make sure that we use where are the Tidus doesn't have them. Alright, fair enough. Well, just use attack. I know that Waka and Riku have no blaze, so we'll just use that. As you can see, you're already doing a ton of damage. Don't think we have anything particularly great to mug from this thing. Yeah, lunar curtains again, so you don't need those. So he uses salvo, and because we are immune from that no blaze, we're alright there. And even though he's got an ambush, he should still go down before he gets a second attack. And if he doesn't, it doesn't matter anyway, because excuse me. And even if he doesn't, it doesn't matter anyway because 2 of the characters have auto life, so auto Phoenix. And he'll only ever attack one other person. So there you go, strength phase. Good, good, good. And that's how we're going to beat Juggernaut. Now we need his we do need his Riku's overdrive to do that. So what we can do in the meantime is we can use the overdrives, because we'll not be able to hit Fenrir. You can see there it's very difficult to hit. So we're just going to see how much damage I can actually do to him with Blitz Ace and attack reels, and see if I can take Fenrir down. And if I can, then it will take much less time to do that. So that's not doing enough damage yet. We'd need 255 strength or near there to be doing a good chunk more to that. And then we'll see how much attack reels does to it. Might not do enough to take it out actually, because our strength is relatively low for fighting these things, even though it's high enough for Juggernaut after armor break. So let's have a look. Right, cool. So we can beat Fenrir with both those overdrives, providing we don't miss attack reels. And that gets us agility spheres. So we can just keep alternating like this. And versus Juggernaut, we use Riku's, and then with the Victor overdrive mode, she gets her overdrive back. And then the hit start doing 99k. Its first attack is always charging, so we don't have to worry about defending in this fight. And then we'll fight Fenrir again. So this is why Victor overdrive mode and the triple overdrives weapons like the Celestials are so cool. Really, really, really good. So and we take that thing out. So Juggernaut goes down again. Juggernaut. And the Juggernaut bitch. More strength fizz. And we just rinse and repeat, literally just like that. I'm going to see how much slice and dice does, because it should do a pretty decent amount. Yeah, so that's a good amount. Just have to get in the habit of hitting attack reels again. And there goes that. Okay. $750 damage for that overdrive, but it makes such an enormous difference. Did it actually get a hit? I think it did get a turn of charging, didn't it? They must have known what they were doing when they designed this game to be like that, which is pretty cool if you think about it. And down goes Juggernaut. So we're just going to keep doing this for a bit. Alternating between things. Namely Fenrir and Juggernaut. Uh-oh, that was wrong. Not paying attention there. Oh well, didn't cost us in the end. I just have to heal Riku up. So, yeah, so as you can see, with the triple overdrive and Victor, Waka, they all get 60% per fight. Whoops, that was wrong. Oh well. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. But it's not an issue, because we are just alternating them, and in the one fight we need Riku's overdrive, and in the other we need Tidus and Waka's, so it's really cool. You can do this with Kotos as well, and that is in fact what I'll do with Kotos. And down goes another one, bites the dust. So we're going to do this. On the expert sphere grid, I'm a little, I'm not quite so well up on how many spheres we need for each stat. So I will be referring back to KADFC's excellent guide for that. Let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem. So I might actually fail this fight, but we'll see. Oh dear. Now we're going to have to get some uses of aim in there, because I don't think we'll be able to hit this thing. It's like severely difficult to hit. Let's get aim on. That's why you don't want to miss attack rails versus this. But at least that lets us hit it. See, Tidus is a little better for hitting it, because he has got higher luck, because we've used the fortune spheres on him. So in the end, it didn't really matter that we missed that one. Just get healed up again. Now, how many strength spheres have we got so far? 8. Okay, so we're doing alright for that. Let's just get those reorganized so I can see how many I've got. I'll just put these two near the top so that I can see exactly how many it is that I have. Because you can always reorganize your inventory later and put the ones that you want to use for Riku's mixes up near the top again. Nice and easy. Oh, I've done it again. That was even worse. Wasn't paying attention. Right, so you don't want to miss this thing too often, but you can get around it as we did last fight, in all likelihood. Oh, right, yeah, because Waka's got evade and counter. How silly of me, right. So, yeah, we can use that as well. That'll be better. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have Waka use Sentinel. Riku can use Luck, and then I can finish this thing off with that. It should be alright. So, should be alright this way. So Tidus can hit it because he's got higher luck. And we're able to overkill it again. So, you can do it even if you're stupid enough to miss attack reels from not paying attention like I am. So, yeah. We'll get over that in a minute. There is an alternative way that we could do this as well, now that I think about it. So just to make it a little easier, I'm going to see if Tidus's Overdrive can kill Teryx. Because if it can, that would be a little easier way of going about it. Because I can always fight Fenrir later when my strength is already raised. So where's Teryx? Let's try and kill this thing. I think that should go down. Right, okay, so knowing that we can kill Teryx makes this easier, so I can just do that instead. So I'm going to switch things up, and that'll make it a little quicker. I don't have to worry about missing attack reels. And the reason that I've decided to change and do it that way is because if you are fighting Fenrir like that and you need to hit both overdrives, then it's kind of annoying. But if you have 255 strength, then Blitzace will just kill it outright, which is easier obviously. So I'll do it that way. Now while you do need some agility spheres for the expert sphere grid to hit 170, it's not very many, so I've already got enough to do that, and 250 is a luxury, so I've just got enough spheres to hit 170 already with what's on the grid and those times that I've already fought Fenrir. And then now I can just beat Juggernaut for the strength spheres instead. So yeah, we can just hit that. If Riku actually lands that hit, then Teryx only has like 100 and something thousand, I think. Alright. So this is what I was saying about evasion. You can do pretty much whenever you want. Okay, Let's fight Teryx again. I'd imagine that Waka can normally hit it as well. Or maybe not. Oh, I don't think I overkilled it then, that's annoying. Oh, okay. Well, I will stick to using the... I will just stick to using the Tidus Overdrive then. Now what that does mean is that if I don't need Waka's Overdrive, which I don't, I could use that every once a couple of fights as well to make this quicker. Let's do that. So there are tons of ways that you can make this go quicker. So what I'm doing here is with the Victor Overdrive mode, Waka and Riku will end this fight at 60% and Tidus obviously has full. And then I can use Tidus's to kill Teryx and then go right back to Juggernaut. So that's kind of cool. And I get to show off a couple of different orders of how you do things and stuff like that. Slice and Dice is the only other multi-hitting one other than Blitzball for Tidus, and it's a slightly shorter animation for than Blitzball as well, and each hit does more damage, so it's a better option in this instance. Cool. And can kill this thing a lot quicker. I wonder if Slice and Dice kills it without the bonus, just out of curiosity. Should do. Nope. Oh, because I got a crit on the last one, that's so fortunate. Yeah, so I do need 6 hits. Uh-oh. Oh well. Doesn't matter, I can just go back to the old using attack. I do go through periods where, you know, not as used to using attack reels. Now, if you were wanting to, say if you didn't have as much strength as I do, so you weren't able to use these exact methods, you'd still be able to kill Juggernaut. You'd just kill something like a dingo or whatever else in between. And what that would mean is that you could use these strength spheres and just keep count of how many you've got. So there I've got 22. That's probably enough actually, now that I think about it. I'll have to check. I'll just carry on killing Teryx. Let me just see how many you need, because I've already used 5, because I've got the one from Yojimbo's Faith. Yeah, we need 23, so I've got to fight one more time. Oh no, so that's enough already, because I've already got the ones that I've used from the other places. So that's enough for Juggernaut. So that's our strength training done and our magic defense. And that was all done in like an hour and a bit. So that's how easy it is to start getting max stats when you know exactly what you're up to on this game. So for agility, need 13 agility spheres to reach 170, I believe. Just looking at that, or maybe that's for 255. So yeah, there's should be absolutely fine now that I look at it, but we'll see. We'll see. Right. Let me see. So we've got a bunch of S levels again from that. Waka had a load already. Right, what else do we need? We need defense. Let's see how much damage Tanket's taken. I think we'd need to raise our attack before we could do good damage to Tanket, really. Yeah. So we could kill Tanket using the same method, but it's much quicker if we just raise that strength first. So again, you can take down Tanket, it's vulnerable to armor break like we just saw there, but that takes longer than just raising your strength. So I've already got the strength spheres, so I might as well use those first. So we need 30 defense spheres, 27 magic spheres, 34 magic defense spheres, which we've already got, 13 agility spheres, we've already got 12, and then we need the Lux nodes as well. So I actually just got dark matters instead of defense nodes, but that's not a problem. Right, so we're just going to sell up some of this stuff. We don't need any of these. So you actually make money as well if you're, you know, killing this thing normally. That's a good one. Death strike, silent strike, zombie strike, stone strike. Nice. Would be good if I needed them, but I don't. So, I've actually backed to 4 million gil already. So what we want to be doing now is using some of these S levels and raising their attack. So, where do we want to go from? I think we'll use these with Waka. And then we'll make our way to the starting again. It just seems, the starting area again just seems like a good idea. I don't know why, but we'll go with that. Right, so let's get everybody's strength maxed, shall we? Could very easily just use return spheres as well, but you know, doesn't really matter. Not going to be using these friend spheres for anything else, as far as I'm aware. Right, so strength spheres. Now, from what I understand, just looking on here, we need 23 of these. And by my count, we've already used 5 as well, so not a problem. Right, now we do actually need some power spheres as well. So I'll just fill in these 3 and then we'll go and get that. Right, so just boost this strength again, and you'll see the enormous difference in power that we get to. We'll go and kill Kotos for some strength spheres, power spheres, sorry. And then we'll use some more of those strength spheres and continue boosting their HP. With all these empty nodes that are around the middle here. Right, so what are we on strength wise? So now they've shot up to the high 170s, which is absolutely massive, and now we just need to kill Kotos. So let's have a look. Kotos is an area conquest 1. And we want to extract power, which I don't have yet. Fortunately, I was prepared for this, because I knew that I'd missed some of these earlier in the game. So, power distiller. Oof, smack. So he takes a ton of damage there. 6 HP, are you serious? But he'll die from those anyway. Alright, down he goes again, and then we'll have 255 strength after all's said and done here, and then nothing will, well, very little will ever be difficult again. Okay, so I'm going to go through here. Now, to make it a little bit easier, if you want, you can save yourself a tiny bit of time by putting strength spheres and power spheres next to each other. Like that. Come back for those other nodes in a little while. And this bit that we skipped right at the start of the game, we can now come back to. Get extract speed for when we need that. Might as well pick these up while we're here. And then we'll use these 3 nodes on this side as well. And get extract power. The next time we're fighting Kotos. So I think they've all got the extracts now. At least one person has extract mana out of Riku, Tidus and Waka. I can't remember who, but one of them has it. Right, and by my reckoning that should be one more strength sphere than we actually need, so we can just go around and do that with the rest. Okie dokie. So just the same, go around, activate all of these. Riku gets provoke as an added bonus. Now after this I'll be able to go and do defense. I've already got enough magic defense spheres, and that is going to mean that I'll be able to get defense, get magic defense, and then we've got everything in place that we need to do luck. Now the reason we haven't put auto protect on these armors yet is for the luck farming, so it makes a lot more sense to not have auto protect on your armors. So that's just for fighting Greater Sphere because he's a pain in the neck, but you'll see soon enough with that. Just gonna have to take out Kotos again actually for some ability spheres. But first we'll just get Waka's attack raised as well. And like I say, we have more or less done Final Fantasy X at this point because the strength is so important. Waka has a couple more S levels, so I'll just do these while we're here. Right, so we are fast approaching the end of another episode. I think I'll call that one there. It was a very successful stat maxing session. Really good there. Now, first I'll just need to finish off these bits of Waka's grid. I'll probably just fight Kotos off stream because we've already seen how you beat him anyway. So it's not really adding anything at this point. And then after that, we are pretty much done. So let's just have a quick recap of the stats after we've done this bit. I've got one ability sphere left. Which I'll use to get Waka that haste node. Okay. So that's pretty much all of the stats sorted apart from defense, luck and magic. Now luck and magic do take the longest, so I'll be doing, well, I'll definitely do luck next episode, and I'll do defense and then probably make a start on luck. Might finish the majority of that off stream, but we'll see. So I'm just going to beat Kotos, and we'll see the effects of our vastly improved strength stat, shan't we? So we've got, should have extract ability already. And let's see how much Slice and Dice does now. Oh yeah. That's more like it. Right, if you've been watching on YouTube, thank you very much for sticking with it to the end. Please like, comment and sub. Always makes a big difference. I appreciate it, and thank you for all the support. And I will see you next time.